Justin, what phase of construction are we at in this location?
We are installing the roof panels on this one. We've got all of our wall system up, and we're getting our SIP panel roof on right now.
And explain what a SIP panel is.
So a SIP panel is a structural insulated panel. So it's basically two pieces of OSB with a styrofoam center, if you think of it like an ice cream sandwich, only with styrofoam. So it's a great way to reduce thermal bridging in a home construction. So in a traditionally constructed home, you've got 2x4s, and those 2x4s do allow some heat and cold transfer through them. And by using the styrofoam, you're eliminating a lot of that. So it's a very tight home. It's very well insulated. So this should be a very reasonable home to heat and cool.
So Justin, what exactly is green building? What does that mean?
That's a big word, Steve. It means quite a lot of things. So in this example, we're building with structural insulated panels, and so it's a very tight home where there's a lot of insulation in these homes. It's built very tight. There's going to be very little air transfer through the home, and it should be very reasonable to heat and cool this home once it's completed.
So it's going to save me some money on energy bills, but obviously there's a little investment up front with that technology. Is that true?
There is some additional investment up front for using the SIP panels, maybe 15 to 20% more using this type of framing, but we're hoping that you can offset that in your energy savings. This is not quite a net zero home, but so net zero would be you're basically living off the grid. You're not consuming any more energy than the home is producing. We are going to be installing some solar panels on this one to help offset some of those energy uses. So in general, it should be a very energy efficient home.
Now, HomeWrights is known for its owner-builder approach, but in this case, this is a more traditional turnkey approach. Tell me about the difference between the traditional and the owner-builder approach.
With our traditional owner-builder approach, certainly we work with our homeowners to act as their own general contractor. They contract with the subs, they apply for the permit, they make all the phone calls, pay all the bills, and we provide a supporting role. In this situation, we are the general contractor, so we're using our subcontractors. We're pulling the permits. We're making sure that everything gets done on time and on budget.
So when you're doing the turnkey approach, what are some of the differences between HomeWrights and the typical builder in the Denver area?
With HomeWrights and our turnkey approach, we do try to keep things very transparent in terms of how we approach the costs. So we don't take any kickbacks from any of our suppliers or subcontractors. We take all of our invoices and pass those directly through to our clients. So they see every invoice, they know exactly every 2x4 and tube of caulking or nail, box of screws that goes into this home. They see all of it. So it's a very transparent approach, and we prefer it that way just because that's how we work with our owner-builder model, and it transfers very well to a turnkey approach, I think.
So where should somebody begin if they're thinking about going green, and what do they need to know? Where do they start?
If somebody wants to build a green home, I think call HomeWrights. We've got lots of green buildings under our belt. We know the ins and outs of building in a green way, and we can put you in touch with the right people to design a home that's green and the right people who can build it for you.
I've heard the term net zero. I think I know what it means, but clarify that for us.
So net zero is a home where the home is producing as much energy as it consumes. So generally these are all electric homes. They're very tightly built so that they're not losing energy, they're not losing air, and there's often solar panels or ground source heat pumps that are part of that process. Very rarely is there a gas line. So these are all electric homes. People have been building this way in Germany and Europe for years, and it's now starting to catch on in these areas.
And you guys have the resources to get that done?
We do. Now, most of the homes we build are not true net zero, but we do take a lot of the net zero approaches and incorporate those into homes. We found that to go true net zero is very cost prohibitive for a lot of our clients, and if you strategically include components of a net zero home, then you can reap some of those benefits without the added cost of going fully net zero.
So you can get close and get some of those benefits.
Exactly. So, I mean, you could also get like LEED certification, and while that's excellent, it's also very time consuming and costly to do. But you can still incorporate some of those components and have a very nice, tight, energy efficient home without completely breaking the bank.